Hi everyone, my name's Craig Alexander Rattrey. I run a business called Know Your Numbers, where I help business owners understand all things finance, from accounts, funding, cash flow, all of these things that typically most business owners don't understand and have never been taught. And I also run something else called the Freedom Circle, where I help business owners get freedom from time, stress, and money, a bit like the freedom I've created for myself. As you'll see in the background, I am not in Scotland, where I was born and lived for almost 55 years of my life. I'm now in Crete, living my life of freedom. I joined the executive coaching certification for two reasons. One, I've always wanted to work with Michael. Michael's such a fantastic guy, great experience. I love what he does, and it's never our diaries and timings have never quite aligned to get there. And the second one was to help me understand my clients better. I don't want to become a coach, but a lot of the things I do, I talk about being a social worker or a psychologist, or just helping business owners with their mindset and the struggles that they're going through, the challenges, the pain, and just to better understand and also to allow me to push back. So rather than someone giving me a very superficial answer, as most people do, how are you? I'm fine, I'm living the dream. Well, actually, you're not, because I know there's more going on. So it was giving me the tools and the techniques to allow me to go behind that initial statement. And that's one of the things I really got out of this whole course. A lot of the different tools and techniques that came from the course were about going deeper and not taking something on face value, and coming back with the right question and the right approach that allows the person that you're engaging with to go a bit deeper themselves and actually to give you the right answer rather than their superficial answer. And that may mean asking something five, six times, different questions that get you into the root of the problem, or working out how you can get leverage with the client. You know, whilst they might be saying, yes, this is the problem, actually deep down, that's not the problem. That's just one of the symptoms. So it's getting behind that, and really just trying to help. You know, that was the main thing. If I can use those tools and techniques to help my clients better, then that's a result for me, and more importantly, it's a result for them. Something that really came to the fore for me was listening and being silent at times. Now, I do try my best to do that because I like to hear what my clients are experiencing. But I think going through this whole process made it even more important to listen, and to listen attentively, but also just to be silent, just say nothing, because most people like to fill silences. And if I can just sit there for a bit and pause, then perhaps they'll go that bit further, they'll go that bit deeper. I actually had a situation this morning where I had a client who's about to take his first ever 3 week holiday, and he's been running a business for more than 10 years. I've been working with him for 15, 18 months. He did the Know Your Numbers course before with me on a one-to-one basis. He's stressing out a lot about that. So today he just completely downloaded and he was all over the place. And using some of the techniques and the things that I've learned over the last few months really helped me properly frame him in terms of where he was, try to get more of an understanding of the actual pain he was going through, and then work out with him a plan in terms of, right, how do we get you comfortable about finishing on Friday and going away for 3 weeks. And I think he got a lot more out of that than he would have got from me, a couple of months ago. It's different. I would tell anyone who's thinking about doing this is do it. I found myself halfway through session one thinking I have had value for money already. And that's not a made up story, because I've had that discussion separately with Michael. I really felt as if a couple of the things right at the start really landed for me, and they ticked the boxes in terms of why I wanted to do this. And then everything else after that was just a real bonus. The other thing you've got is you've got a lot of like-minded people who are on the same course as well. So not only are you learning from Michael and all of Michael's experience, you're learning from other people in the group, some of whom are already coaches at different levels, some are who are thinking about getting into, or sort of outliers like myself who just do it because you feel like doing something different. I like 100% recommend it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed working with Michael.